Welcome to John's Random Reviews.
Hi, welcome back to John's Random Reviews. Now this review, it could be a little bit controversial because it's about the MAKITA MacPac system, which is the system MAKITA use for storing their tools. And I'm also going to review the MAKITA Trolley. Now I like to call this actually a sack truck, but I think it's called a trolley or a dolly or something like that. Now why is it controversial? Now before having the MacPac system, I had all my tools in a big black, I think it was a Stanley box, so all the tools were all piled in one box, and I didn't get this set up because online these boxes get absolutely fucking slagged off. I mean, I don't know anybody hardly who likes them, so I took notice of these people saying about the MacPac system and didn't get it. But I thought, well, I'm going to have to try it because the big black box with all my tools in weren't really working out for me. So I thought, I'm going to try it. How bad can it be? Now, I've had this system now for probably 3 months, and I've got news for you. It's actually pretty good. I don't know why it gets slagged off, but we're going to go through it, and there is pros and there is cons about having this system. So let's get involved. Right, now the MAKITA MacPac boxes come in 4 sizes, so I haven't got all of them, but this is number 4. This is the biggest one you can get, and this is number 3. Now I haven't got a number 2, but that one is kind of like the size of a number 2, and a number 1 is half the size of this one. So if you come in a little bit, we'll talk about this. Right, the most problem people have with this box is how thin the plastic is. So if you come in a little bit, I think this is just ABS plastic, and you can see it's very, very flimsy. And if you want a really, really rough work site, now I don't work on really, really rough work sites with really rough buildy blokes and rough terrain. Now people have said these get broken easily. What you'll happen is you'll be on a site and you'll have a bloke say, I just need to get up there, and then they'll stand on it. Just come in a little bit. Look at that. Okay, what do you think? Well, that's not very good. I've got news for you. It's not a fucking step. It is a toolbox. It's where you keep your tools. So if you've got some numpty who's going to do that, you give him a fucking bollocking. Anyway, so we found out it's quite thin, but I've just stood on it. Let's say you did have to stand on it and you stand on the outer edge like that. Come in a little bit and just show. It's actually got its strength on the outer bit. So it's actually quite strong. It's only just weak in that middle bit there. So let's get it open. I've come in a little bit, as you can see. At the moment I've got all my tools piled into it. Now if I need to get something in the bottom, obviously I need to just get this stuff out. And if you have too much stuff in one box, what happens is, right, either the top won't go on, and what it does, it pushes the sides out. But as you can see, it's a bit of a sort of a jigsaw getting all the stuff in. And this is another thing that happens, is when it shuts, that bit there kind of flexes. You can see it's just catching there, and it just locks like that. Now these are the locking mechanism that shuts the box, but it's also the way that it connects to the other box. So as you can see, when they stack, they go like that, and then that connects onto there. They connect together. As you can see, there is some side ones there, so you can put that on there. But I'll tell you in a minute why I don't use these side ones. Right, just come in a little bit. Now these are quite flimsy. As you can see, they just sit in a little rail there, and they have a tendency to come off or snap off. And again, they get slagged off. The actual locking things are shit, and they need to be metal. Yeah, maybe so. But as long as you look after things and don't be rough as fuck, they're all right. You know what I mean? If you have them like that on that little lower bit, they tend to get a little bit stuck. This is the MAKPAC toolbox, but I'm not using it as a toolbox. I've got a metal toolbox. This is where I keep all my bits for my drilling and multi-tooling. So we'll get this open. It's a cantilever box like this, so it folds over, and it's got 4 compartments. So as you can see, I've got all my drill bits in one bit, and I've got my little grinder blades, cutting blades in there, and I've got hole cutters in this one. And look, in these little compartments, I've got all sorts of multi-tool blades and everything like that. So it folds up quite. I personally wouldn't want to use this as a toolbox to have my hand tools in, but it's perfect for putting all my bits for drilling and grinding. So that just clicks in there. The only thing I don't like about this is this handle. It's all right to carry, but if you've got it stacked, this one obviously has got to be the top one. So hang on, turn it round. So obviously you can't stack anything on top of that. As long as you make that one the top one, that's going to be fine. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of a thing on the screen about how much these are. Now, a little bit of a talk about the pricing of these boxes. I think this one's about 40. That's a type 4, and then they go down. I think that one's about 30, and they go down. But this one here, I'm going to put a link on to how much it is. It's very expensive for what it is, and it's, I don't know, some would say it's very cheap looking for the money. But anyway, there we go. Now then, this is going to be the controversial bit of the clip, because obviously this is the MAKITA MacPac system, but its direct competition really is the Milwaukee Packout system. Now if I get the two mixed up, you'll have to forgive me, I'll have to edit that bit out. But as soon as this goes online, you'll get people going, the Packout system is shit, and hang on a minute, I'll start again. When people watch this online, they're going to say the MAKITA MacPac system is shit, and the Milwaukee Packout system is really good. And they are very different. Inside, they're about the same size, but the Milwaukee Packout system is made out of a very tougher plastic. And the way that it's built, it's a lot thicker here, and it's got all sorts of reinforcing on the sides, and it's a lot tougher. You could literally, I've seen a video where the Milwaukee Packout system, they've chucked the box off a first floor building and it's been fine. And I pretty much guarantee if you drop this box off a first floor building, it would shatter. So the Milwaukee system is a lot tougher. It has metal latches on here. Same thing, it all links together. But the big question is, why do MAKITA not make a really tough version? Because they must look at what people say about the MacPac system, and they're always getting slated, this system, because it's mainly thing that people don't like about it is it breaks and the plastic's too thin. So why have not MAKITA made these tougher, made the plastic thicker, made the actual the clips better? Obviously, I don't fucking know. I don't work for MAKITA. But the question is, do I think that MAKITA need to toughen up their boxes? And I think definitely yes. They need to redesign their boxes and make them tougher, and so they don't get fucking slagged off. Anyway, with the toughness of the Milwaukee boxes comes problems though, in my opinion. So you've got to hear me out here. The MAKITA MacPac system is a lot smaller in size because it doesn't have the big bulky strengthening bits on the corners. So it's not as strong, but it's a lot lighter. I've got to say, the box is empty compared to a Milwaukee box. Is about, at least this box is a third lighter. Add that up to all your other boxes and you've got a lot of weight. Remember, you're moving these boxes around all day. Well, not all day, but part of the day you're moving these boxes around. So do they need to be really tough? Well, as I've said before, if you're on a really rough site, I'll say yeah, you might do. But I've gone on some sites and some day-to-day work and nothing's broken. And it's been absolutely fine. But I do look after my tools really, really well. So I'm not going to have that problem with kind of like stuff getting broken and clips getting broken off and the plastic getting broken. But I haven't dropped any of this stuff, but I'm not gonna drop them. So other thing we need to talk about is the pricing. The pricing, I'm going to try and put a little bit of a graph or something about it, or write it down. These boxes are about a third cheaper. Now, I think that Makita are thinking we're not going to make a badass box because we don't really need to. We need to keep our pricing down, and these boxes are just for really moving our tools about, and they're not meant to be for really, really rough work. So the Makita boxes are cheaper. They're not as strong, but they're smaller and they're lighter, and that works in my advantage because I'm going to show you in a minute me putting all these boxes into the van and how easy it is. And a Milwaukee Packout system would not fit in my van. But anyway, let's get to the crux of it. I'm a Makita man. I'm a Makita man, and let's say the Milwaukee boxes were absolutely amazing, which they're not. But there's no way I'm going to fucking have my Makita tools in a Milwaukee box. How's that going to fucking happen? That's not going to happen. I'm not going to fucking do it. Even if the fucking Milwaukee boxes were like, I don't know, fucking 10 quid each and they were absolutely amazing, it's not going to happen. Makita tools in a Makita box. This is the Makita, I think it's called a trolley, but I like to call it a sack truck, because in England this is what this will be called. And this is for transporting my MAKPAC boxes to and fro from onto a work site or at home. I live on I don't know if I've told you this, I live on a little terrace street that's a little bit rough, drug dealers about and all sorts of shady goings on, and I need to take all my power tools in my house at night so they don't get nicked out of the back of the van. So what I do is put them on my Makita. We'll call it I'm going to call it a sack truck, because that's what it is. So come on, let's get involved and have a look at this. Now I think these retail for, I think you can get these for about £100, and I am dead impressed with it, honestly. We've got an aluminium frame here, just come in a little bit, and we've got an aluminium bottom. Look, it's all welded, it's all very tough. It actually folds up. If you wanted to fold it up, it folds up like this, and it's got some really, really rugged wheels. So they're pretty cool. They're not like inflatable. They're solid wheels, and it's got a steel axle on there, and it's got a steel framework there that's really, really strong. Aluminium there, and it's got you could actually take the actual thing up and down a little bit if you wanted to, but I normally have it on the maximum. Right. What I also like about this is when you have it on the where it's all totally flat. If you look at this, when you've got the weight on it, the wheels are off the ground, and it's very stable because it's got 3 plastic bumpers. You can see they're a little bit worn, but when we're in the back of the van, I'll show you in a minute, that's really advantageous. So this is this box here has got my stuff, like my new XGT that I don't use. Well, sometimes I use it every day, but sometimes I don't. So that's the first one on. As you can see, it locates there. Hang on. It locates there. As you can see, it locates on these bars there, on these little plastic bars, and it sits behind this little bit of black plastic. So that's the first one on. Let's get the second one on. As you can see, I leave these little tabs sticking up like that so it locates onto the other one. So I put that on there like that, and then we click them on. So that's the second one. If you have a look in this one here, this one has the tools that I use mostly every day, but sometimes I've got joinery tools in there. Imagine that, me doing joinery, that would be awesome. Anyway, so that's the second box on. Now this top box here, we'll get that on. See, that clicks in again nicely. And that's all got my little, come in here, I've got my little grinder, my new multi-tool, check that out. And then we've got my little SDS and my lights, so that goes on there like that. And then we've got this strap that comes round like that. So that locks onto there. Now, I don't see the point of putting these side ones on. You can see they're not located. I could do it if I wanted to, but I don't, because they don't fall off. Look. And it's easier to get the boxes apart. So, I don't know what weight we've got in there, but for moving them about, look, I can do it with a finger. Check that out. Really, really good. So these are the main of my tools. So I think it's absolutely brilliant. And also, what's also good, you can take these boxes off easy. Like that. And you can use it as a normal sack truck. So let's say you have a washing machine you're moving, or a new boiler. You can sit this on the trolley and you can move probably, I don't know, a couple of, maybe it'll take a couple of 150 kilos of weight on there. Really, really tough sack truck. So that is another awesome bit of, another awesome attribute to the system.
Check this out. It's a 200 kilogram heat exchanger on my Makita trolley, or sack truck as I call it. No problem, it absolutely bossed it. The Milwaukee one would have been destroyed. Also, check this out. I've got my hand tools in the bottom box, I've got my toolbox, and I've got my bucket with other stuff, and at the back I've got my bending machine and 22mm copper pipe and 15mm copper pipe all ready to go up the 7th floor of an office building where I was working. It was absolutely perfect.
Just a quick one. This is the Type 4 Makita MacPac box. And this, look, come in a little bit, you might be thinking, what's all these little screws on the top? What have I done? I've converted this box into a storage for all my batteries and my chargers. So I've got these online. These are actually 3D printed little brackets. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries there that sits on actually on the lid. So as long as you don't have anything too high in the box, then I've got 3 chargers, and I've got my XGT batteries in and my 12 volt batteries, so I can charge all my batteries and keep all my batteries together. And I think that's a Bobby Dazzler. Yeah. How easy is it to get into the van? And if I had the Milwaukee system, the Milwaukee, just come in a little bit, the Milwaukee boxes are about this much wider. So they're talking about quite a bigger area. And what I mean by bigger in the Milwaukee system, they're not bigger inside, they're just bigger on the outside. So anyway, so this is how I get my Makita tools into the van. Like that, that's quite easy. And I lift it like that. And then I get the wheel in. Now if you watch this, what I do is I just go like that. Right, as you can see, it's in like that, and I can see these bungee straps here. Hang on. To stop it wobbling about when I'm driving, I just get these bungee straps and I strap them up like that. So that stops that moving. Now, doesn't that look better? I don't know, this is in a previous video, probably a year ago, when I had my big black box with all my tools in. Does that not look a lot professional?
This is the Milwaukee Toolbox, and it's about the same size as the Makita Type 3 box, but it's about 20% bigger. all directions, but not bigger inside. You can see it's all got some reinforcing on the side. Still a good box, but a lot bigger and probably about 30 to 40% more expensive. So this is the Makita boxes. There's 4 boxes there plus the trolley. Now, the weight of these empty boxes in the trolley, I think, is about 14 kilograms, something like that. And you can get this set up with empty boxes in the trolley for about 200 quid-ish. This is the Milwaukee trolley with 3 boxes, and it's absolutely massive. It's like someone's carrying a coffin. And it's about over 20 kilograms in weight with the empty boxes, and it's probably about 300 to 400 quid. This is the Milwaukee setup with the bottom box fastened onto the trolley, and this is a bit cheaper than the last one you saw, but not quite as user friendly because like with the bottom box fastened onto the trolley, and I think this is about £350-ish.
To recap, if you thought the Milwaukee system was the only one to get, and let's say you're a Makita fan like me, and you're thinking, I don't really want to get Makita, I don't want to get Milwaukee boxes for my Makita tools, but I've looked online and various forums, and it's told me that the Makita system is absolutely awful, and honestly, these get slagged off to the hilt. But hopefully seeing this video, and I'm not bullshitting you, this is actually, if it was really crap, this stuff, honestly I would tell you, honestly, because I like Makita stuff, I really do, but they have made some shitty tools and this isn't the best. I'm not saying they need to redesign this, so Makita, if you're watching this, you need to redesign the boxes and you'll be able to sell a lot more. But said that, they're a lot better than you are led to believe online. As long as you look after these boxes and not have them banged about or dropped and people standing on them and use them as like stools or whatever. I've had these like for 3 months and they are pretty good. They're quite reasonably priced and they're light and you can get plenty of tools in, and the actual trolley or sack truck is absolutely awesome. But am I going to say they're better than the Milwaukee Packout system? Well, I don't know. I don't use Milwaukee stuff, do I? I use Makita. But I've seen the Milwaukee system and it's very good. But I'm a Makita man and this system is still very good in my opinion. So try it out. Don't just discount it and thinking, I don't want to get it because so many people online have said it's crap. I'm here to tell you, straight from the horse's mouth, it's not. It's pretty good. Okay.
Hello, Don. I'm loving life. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, unsubscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, tell me you love me, tell me you hate me, tell your friends and neighbours, tell that weird guy from across the street with the one-eyed dog, tell me anything, but most importantly, let's get involved.